And here and back we... Alright, here we go. Come on, Griffin. You know I want the apples, right? Ugh. So, I don't know. I might have made a mistake yesterday in that I might have decided to go and buy... Oops. I might have maybe decided to go and get and make and buy the car. Come on, move, Griffin, move so I can hit you with this thing. Either get or not get. Ugh. Anyway, whatever. I went and bought the cards for a new commander deck. I wanted to make like one new deck because, you know, old habits are so hard to break and all that. But I wanted something special and spectacular and whatever else. So I gathered up a whole bunch of planeswalkers, ordered a whole bunch of planeswalkers, and since there is going to be the first ever black border 5-color planeswalker, I'm pretty sure it's the first ever 5-color black border planeswalker, being released in the new Commander product that's coming out in, about a week? Yeah, so I had to build a deck around that, and... What is it? Umoi? Whatever that thing is. A Companion from back in Ikoria block. Companion is a mechanic that it starts outside the game, and you can have it... It's a similar fashion to having it as a second commander, but specifically only if your deck abides by the rules that set out by the companion qualifier. I believe there are 10 companions total. 2 of which can't be used as the companion commander. One of them is banned because the only cost is to have all of your cards other than non-basic lands be a different card, which in commander is guaranteed, basically guaranteed. Come on. Yeah, since it's basically guaranteed, like, any Izzet deck, because it's, you know, red-blue colors, so any Izzet deck would just slot it in as a 101st card for free. There's no actual really real deck building requirement for it. So it got banned in Commander before it could even be released, even though it's an order, and people are like, why not just ban it as a companion and allow people to have it as the commander? It's like, why not just, like, do as you normally do with commander and just not allow people to, you know, utilize cards outside the game? It's like, oh, well, rules committee wants people to be able to play with a companion without it being a thing to have to rule 0 into your play group, so they changed the rules for how cards outside the game work in Commander, specifically so people could use companions. So, and another one, the white-blue companion, the deck building requirement is that your deck is at least 20 cards above the minimum deck size. Yorion, I believe. And I had a lot of fun playing it in Standard. I had a nice kind of OP Standard deck built around it. It was a lot of fun to play. Can't do in Commander because you're kind of trapped to having exactly 100 cards. You can't have a 120 card Commander deck. You're not allowed. Come on.
Delicious.
So, yeah, those 2 can't be companions in Commander. And I believe that there are 8 others. One that requires all odd CMCs and lands, one that requires all even CMCs, one that requires of your permanents to be CMC 2 plus, one that requires all of your non-land permanents to be CMC 3 or greater. I kind of, so even though strictly according to the rules you can only use one companion, I kind of want to make a deck that utilizes 2. You could totally do that. The one in question here, though, is... You probably call it Ubosh, but no. Ubosh is a different companion. This is Umori. I'm pretty sure it's Umori. Green and black with the... cost of... Other than lands, not just basic lands, but other than lands, all of the cards in your deck have to share at least one card type. So, instant, sorcery, artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Now, normally, a commander can only be a legendary creature. There are a few legendary creature artifacts. There's even one with... There are even a few with 5-color identities, so you can have a 5-color all artifacts deck. Enchantment... Legendary enchantment creatures there aren't quite as many of, but you could very potentially do an all enchantment based deck with it. All creatures, very, very much. You can't really do instants or sorceries because you can't have an instant or sorcery as a commander as of yet. And then all that really leaves is... Yeah, right? Yeah. No point in doing lands, because you can still have lands for free. Artifacts, enchantments, creatures, and then that leaves planeswalkers. Now, there are planeswalkers that say that they can be a commander. However, there's one planeswalker that doesn't say it can be a commander, but they can be a commander anyway, because in the command zone, it's a creature. Grist, the Hunger Tide. And it's also green and black. Out of all of the planeswalkers that can be a commander, Grist is the only one that is exactly green-black, so the minimum amount of colors needed to have Umori as a companion. Which means... And there were, as of the time that Grist came out, there were basically just enough planeswalkers in the Golgari green-black color identity that you could run a deck with it. Of course, a lot of those planeswalkers that do nothing, because they rely on you. It's like, oh hey, search your library for an elf creature card and put it in play. It's like, I can't do that, because I can't run any creature cards. Can't even have Grist in the deck, because it's in the command zone. Of course, at the time, you could also... There's one other one that you could have. A planeswalker that was green and black and also red. So you could, you know, add all those red identity planeswalkers and really expand the card pool and have a lot of variety. And that planeswalker specifically is based around lands specifically. So you could do a lot of good work with that. Grist was really nice though, because you could uptick to make a creature, or downtick, sacrifice a creature, destroy a creature, or planeswalker. So it was, you know, made a token to protect all of your planeswalkers and stuff from being attacked. But could also just... could make a token, but could also just remove things. And generally, me playing the deck, I'd always separate the planeswalkers between can be used, cannot be used, and makes creature tokens. And those are always the most important. If they could make creature tokens, those are the ones I wanted. But now, the making was a Jared Carhelion, 5-color matters, 5-color planeswalker with the text that it could be a commander, because they're making a 5-color matters commander deck. Because, yeah, screw 4-color. 4-color needs more love, but no, screw that. They're gonna make more 5-color decks. 4-color so does not get the attention it needs.
Delicious. Time to eat.
So, yeah. So, with that as the commander, you could run just whatever planeswalkers you want. So I went through the list of all the planeswalkers, the ones that weren't necessarily too expensive unless they were like really good specifically for my plan, but mostly all of the ones that are like $5 and under. And also look through all the planeswalkers that I had just lying around, not already in use in any of my main decks. And yeah, I placed an order on 2 different websites, so I'm pretty sure that one of them won't get here in time for the event, but the other one I'll be picking up at the event. So hopefully I have enough planeswalkers and whatnot for then. Who's to know for sure. If the only issue is that I couldn't also grab a Jared Kahilion, so instead I grabbed an Urza. Not Urza the creature, Urza the planeswalker. It's silver bordered. People do have an issue with it. I'll just tell them, it's like, hey, it's supposed to be Jared Kahilion, but it's literally not out yet. I just want to have, 5-color planeswalker deck. And the issue with planeswalkers isn't strictly... The issue with the Super Friends planeswalker deck isn't always strictly just the planeswalkers. It's about all of the support they can give to the planeswalkers. Stuff like doubling seasons, so you can have... which, doubles the amount of counters that permanents will gain. So, have doubling season out, put out a planeswalker, it's supposed to enter with 5 loyalty, enters with 10, you can do the ultimate, get an emblem, or generally just flat out win the game immediately. With this deck, I literally can't run doubling season. And if somebody accuses me and says, like, oh, you're gonna run, like, proliferate double season stuff, there's no planeswalkers that proliferate. There's one that comes close. But I checked, I couldn't find any planeswalkers that had a proliferate ability. It would be awesome if I could. But I absolutely can't run, doubling season or the Chain Veil artifact where you can pay some mana and tap it and you can activate all of your planeswalkers again this turn. Can't run that one. I can run the Teferi that ultimates so I can use my planeswalkers at everybody's turns, and if I manage to ultimate that, that will be a busload of value. But still a planeswalker that I have to take up from, from 6 to 10 by like a 1-point basis, so a lot of uptaking to make that work. And the whole general idea is I put in like every planeswalker I could find that made 2 or more tokens off of one ability, especially if that ability was an uptick. I think except for one, because it's like a $15 planeswalker that may or may not have even been in stock in either store, I'm not sure. But if I could just like throw out some like 4-mana planeswalker, then uptick, make 2 1/1 tokens, that's pretty darn good. Yeah, it's a planeswalker token deck. Even Jared Kahilion can make a token. I think it's a legendary token, but it can still make a token. Just a whole bunch of stuff that makes tokens. That's what I'm doing there. So stuff that lets me draw, some stuff that lets me, utilize stuff. I grabbed a Nissa Vital Force, because that's one of my favorite planeswalkers. And I grabbed a Garruk Cursed Huntsman. 6-mana planeswalker with no plus ability, but it starts at 5 loyalty and ults at 6. The 0 ability makes 2/2/2 wolf tokens, which, like, that's pretty awesome for an ability that is not a down ability. But the wolves have the ability of, when they die, put a loyalty count on each Garruk you control, so even just with Garruk Cursed Huntsman, it pays for itself. Get it out, 0 it. Either block with one or both wolves if your opponent tries to attack you, in which case they'll die, you'll be able to which case, yeah. The wolf dies, loyalty count on Garruk, ult Garruk next turn. Get the ultimate of gain an emblem with creatures you control, get +3/+3 and have trample, which is a huge swing in power. Imagine instead of just making a 1/1 token, you make a 4/4 trample token. A lot more to get around. plus having a 5/5 wolf. Or both of the wolves die, and then your Garuk will -6 and stay at 1, which means you can keep 0 abilitying it, and just keep using it to make more 5/5 wolves, which is epic. Or if your opponent, or opponents, in Commander's case, don't attack you, and just go, okay, well, fine then.
Time to eat.
And I won't let you lose the wolves. Then you go to your turn and attack with the wolves. And if they're already so scared of Garuk that they don't want to attack into your wolves, they will either only jump block your wolves and let them live, or they won't block and they'll take damage.
Time to eat.
Either way is good for you because you get to keep your creatures. And then, if you don't have a sacrifice outlet to kill off one or both of your wolves, you can make 2 more wolves that you can still block with and just keep getting overwhelming advantage with it. And that's just one of the planeswalkers as well. And of course, stuff like Loth Spider Queen, which also doesn't have a plus ability. Oh god. Oops, all planeswalkers without plus abilities. I wonder if that could be possible. It wouldn't necessarily be good, but oops, my planeswalkers don't have plus abilities.
Delicious.
Sounds like a really funny build idea. Get a whole bunch of those War of the Spark planeswalkers that have a static effect and then just downtick abilities. I did get a few of the War of the Spark planeswalkers, of course. Because some of them are nice. Especially stuff like Ugin the Ineffable. Color spells you cast cost 2 less, which doesn't really apply very much because I don't really have colorless spells in this deck other than Ugin the Ineffable. However,
Time to eat.
yeah, you can also destroy a colored permanent, or also exile top card of your library, make a 2/2 token. When that token leaves the battlefield, you add the exiled card back to your hand. Oh yeah, Ugin the Ineffable would work really well in a World Fire deck. I kind of low-key want to make a nice World Fire deck. Hey, maybe if I do ever make that Ember deck for real, I'll throw Ugin the Ineffable in it. I'm just gonna go back and sort out my inventory and sleep now. Interesting. Okay. I want to experiment with the melee apple, right? I keep calling it melee. Melee. Actually, I should keep some apple juices for purposes of experimentation. Save point, save here. Oh. I should also go check out all the Meteor locations. Yeah, grab this. So it should be somewhere around. These still haven't fully grown yet. I mean, of course they haven't.
Yes.
Hey, Debbie. Let's go. Let's go to the Thundering Wastes entrance, because this is where one of the things can be. So I'm going to need a lot of Starfell seeds. Because there are 4, and I need...
Up we go.
Wait, what? Well, there we go. Here it is. On days when you can see shooting stars, giant meteorite will crash down somewhere in the world. If you find it and break it open with the hammer, you might get some Starfell seeds. Plenty of seeds in the field to go with the crops.
All right.
So I got 1 thing of seeds. So I'll need... Okay. I need 1 to ship out to sell. 4 to go the strawberry, corn, pumpkin, potato. Wait, hold on. Materials. I can always just reload either the save data 1 or the autosave. Close the game and reload. Okay, so I need the Starfall strawberry, corn, pumpkin, potato. So I need to sell the crops. I need to also throw them all in to get the 4 headdresses. So that'd be 8 total. Plus I need 1 of each headdress to make like the 4 seasons headdress. So that'd be 12 total. Plus 1 more to sell the seeds. So I'll need at least 13. And apparently this cannot be leveled up and cannot be sold in
Rune
stores.
Factory 5. Fuka.
You are adorable. Also, don't forget to stay hydrated. But yeah, I'd forgotten just how pricey it can be to buy a commander deck. Because I've lately been taking to making $1 commander decks, which are, you know, $1. Or just using cards I had lying around, which is, you know, free but might take a bit of time.
Okay, let's go. Thanks for the lift. All right. All right, let's go.
Alley-oop.
Phew.
Can I just reload the save? Does just reloading the save...
You just had to come see me again, huh?
Nope. So if this works, then all is good. So yeah, whatever. Made new commander deck to go and play with friends, and this one isn't... I don't know. I've been kind of burning out of playing commander just because it's not the game that I came to, you know, like so much anymore. It's all about like, oh well, my mid deck will win on like turn 7. That's what mid is now. If you can't stomp the table into submission by turn 7, like my mid power deck, my casual for fun playing with, you know, people I want to be friends with deck, has only 30 counter spells.
Thanks for the lift.
So you don't actually have to close the game. You can just flat reload immediately.
Come visit us sometime.
So by my calculations, I need 13. But I might as well go for like 20. Plant 3. No. 4, 12, 16. I'll plant 4 of them just in case. Actually, oh, that's right. That's right. I say I need 13, but I might actually need 17 because I also need to use these for meals.
Okay, let's go.
Whoops.
Thanks for the lift. Oh, all right. Ready to go? Thanks.
So yeah, whatever. I know. Oh yeah. Also, yesterday I went and looked at houses that are available for sale and like how much that a house that I would like to
There's
live
nothing
in
I can't steal.
with the Zura would cost. Trying to get a good like aggregate for how much we could expect to have to save up, like how much we'd have to do for a down payment, how much a house would be. Like I don't want to save up barely enough for a down payment for $100,000 house, just to find out that all the $100,000 houses are trailers, because I don't want to, you know, live in a trailer the rest of my life. It's a personal thing. I like having a basement. Trailers don't tend to have those. I wonder if I could save while on
let's
Derby.
go.
Yeah, avoid that, thanks.
Thanks for the lift. Yes, yes. Okay, let's go. Thanks for the lift.
Not only can you not save while on the animal, you can't get off of the animal when you're next to the safe spot.
Welcome back. I've been waiting for you.
And so yeah, looking at houses that seem, good. I want 2 to 3 bedrooms, and I want like 1.5 or 2 baths. Cause I want to be the sort of person who has company over occasionally for like D&D night or board game night, whatever. Just have some friends over for that. So having a nice basement, or at least a nice, gaming area for tabletop stuff is something that I'd really like, that I could really appreciate. So I want something with the basement, because basement is probably a really good place for all that. But I also want a spare, bedroom, want a spare office to have all my computer stuff, because don't necessarily want to have all of the computer stuff all set up in the bedroom, because that's probably supposed to be a bad idea. Because don't want one person to be on the computer while the other person is trying to sleep and, doing computer stuff. Also, don't really want my computer to be in the bedroom so much, just because it's hard to sleep when my computer is on, because like fans like, and it's like, it gets loud. Yes. Oh, why don't I just turn off the computer every single night? Well, sometimes I'm not recording videos, uploading videos overnight. Sometimes I have a whole bunch of videos to upload, and I spent my whole day doing stuff online, so I couldn't throttle my internet with uploads. So I had to use the nighttime to start uploading stuff. I don't want to have to transfer all the stuff to another computer, blah, 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 blah.
Thanks for the lift.
But of course, having a computer in the bedroom would be convenient for things, but I mean, I have my tablet. It's like, oh.
All together now.
And I figure... What's that? Oh, that's just a fly on the monitor. Okay, that was weird grime that got on after I cleaned it off. So yeah, I figure I set up a nice TV in the bedroom. Maybe with the computer hooked up to that.
Whenever you please.
Yeah, set up that computer to be near the bed and have some like long cables classically hidden away. So we have like, you know, keyboard, mouse, whatever, just sitting there next to the bed. And it's all hooked up to the TV, and then Zara and I can, like, you know, watch animes and whatnot as we're going to sleep. And that would be like the whole purpose of that computer. Just watching stuff together. Heck, who knows? Maybe we could also play games on it. Just play games in bed. Oh god! Yeah, that's the TV that we hook up like the old N64 to. Yeah, let's play some Super Smash...
Together now.
Let's play some Super Smash Bros. Together.
Thanks.
The original one.
Yes. Nice.
So I only have 12 seeds. What do they sell for anyway? They sell for practically nothing, but they could be purchased. Oh wait, Starfield seeds have get higher levels? I kind of feel obligated to ship out a level 10 now.
All together now.
Is this entire episode just going to be me collecting Starfall seeds? Because, I mean, to be fair, this is the one time of year when I can.
Come visit us.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to be collecting Starfall seeds all day. Oh, well, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, bedroom, have the TV in there, hooked up to a computer, watch anime as we're sleeping, or like, you know, lounging around in bed. Yeah, gotta do upkeep stuff. Eventually, Azura's gonna have to start doing her upkeeps, probably in a couple of years as well. So, you know, be able to be comfortable in the bedroom doing that. So I want to look for a master bedroom that has space to have, like, nice queen-size bed with a wall, like, opposite it, so you can just kind of, like, sit in bed, kind of sit up a little bit and look at it. But I want that... So I want a chunk of wall that could be basically right at the foot of the bed that's not also covering a window or a door. Or the closet doors, because those are doors, even if... So that is hard to find. So I basically need two opposite walls, or, you know, 3 walls, or whatever, that don't have doors on them. Because if the bed is up against a window, that's fine. That's nice. A nice bed up against the window, that's nice and pleasant. Nothing wrong with that. The issue is when it's up against a door and you can't, you know, get into the closet anymore. That is a bit of an issue. So that's what I kind of want to not have happen. So yeah, there's all that going for it. And then a secondary bedroom / office. Have the computers put in there. I'm still debating on if I want to have, like, an office just for myself, just for my own computer setup, and I can, like, decorate the whole room to my own things, how I want. Or if I want, like, both of the gaming computers to be in there so we can play games together. I think it would be best to have... okay. Okay, cool, the program running the game crashed, but fortunately OBS and the Switch itself did not, so let me just...
Ready to go?
Okay, it's back now. Oh, hey, I got all my money from shipping stuff out. I forgot I'd done that. People say, oh, you couldn't have forgotten your homework. Your teacher clearly told it to you. I forgot I had stuff being shipped out. And I saw that like 20 minutes ago. Not even probably 20 minutes ago.
About time you showed up.
It was very recently. Oh yeah, imagine Rune Factory 7. It's in real time. Oh dear God. If they make some sort of Harvest Moon or Rune Factory game that's in real time... I mean, to be fair, Animal Crossing. Okay, I was gonna say some... Hi, Cinnamon. That's right, you wanted something, didn't you? Oh yeah, also, of course, need a place that's cat-friendly, but cats are pretty friendly to most places, right? I mean, whatevs. I found this one place that looked really interesting because it had, like, a balcony right above the front door.
Ready to go?
So, you know, set up a...
Thanks for the lift.
Set up, like, a little cat door on the door to the balcony up there. Let Cinnamon go and be able to, like, watch the street. And watch people as they, like, pass by and all that. Yeah, just a cute little kitty watching all the people passing by.
Welcome back.
And, yeah. Looking at houses is nice. Get a nice idea for what you want. Gosh, I found this one house that had, like... It's like a split level, whatever. You can go up a few stairs to get to, like, the bedrooms, or down a few stairs to get to the basement. But if you're in the basement, you can turn around, go down a few more stairs, and get to another basement. So that seemed interesting. Remind me of my grandparents' old place. Yeah, coming in on the main floor, upstairs are, you know, 3 bedrooms, downstairs basement, and then go down some more stairs again. So it's like double basement.
Thanks for the lift.
And once again, the...
Nice.
Okay, well, this time I didn't even get any, so I might as well just load and not even save.
Let's go on an
I don't know
adventure.
why this is... Like, the capture card itself isn't crashing, otherwise there'd be issues with, like, OBS not playing. So the capture card is working fine. It's the program that I got for free with the capture card that's not working properly. Fortunately, though, I don't have OBS streaming from the program. I have OBS streaming straight from the capture card. I just need... And I can actually play the game through OBS. There is literally no delay. The only issue is that I won't be able to hear anything in the game, which, for this game, for what we're doing here, that's not really an issue. So I could absolutely full screen OBS and just play on there. I've done it before. Yeah, I'm probably just going to be spending a lot of time on this. So yeah, looking at nice houses, it's... Yeah, just to start throwing out some numbers, it seems like $300,000 house would be good. That's like $200,000 house is kind of like still like small, cramped, potentially just a trailer. $300,000 house, like, yeah, that's a solid house. It can look nice from the outside. You can point to be able to say, yeah, that's my house, and people will be like, nice place and stuff. Like, you go inside and it's like, yeah. It's like, there's the kitchen, there's the dining room, there's living room, upstairs, downstairs. Yeah, it's like, you can get a nice place. Have a yard. Have 2 yards, actually. One in the front, one in the back. Which means we'll have to, you know, get a lawnmower and whatnot, and I might actually have to start mowing a lawn, but... No, well. Who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and Sarah will be, like, super into mowing lawns, and she'll stunt to it all the time. I've never pretty sure I've made this before, but I've still never actually mowed a lawn. The closest I've come to mowing a lawn was being on my grandfather's tractor while he was mowing the lawn and, like, showing me
Brace
how it was
yourself.
done. But as far as I can recall, I've never actually had to mow a lawn myself. I'm not sure if I've even so much as touched a like a push tractor, tractor. If I've ever so much as, like, touched a lawnmower. I don't know. I mean, probably. But never actually used one because my dad always insisted on mowing the lawn. He'd never even ask me to do it. Or just, like, wake up on Sunday morning and my dad is out there mowing the lawn. And it's like, okay, whatever. There was occasionally some talk about, it's like, oh, I should have you mow the lawn, ha ha ha. But then he'd never ask. And I wasn't about to go, toying around with dangerous...
Nice.
I wasn't about to start going around toying with dangerous equipment just like that.
Did I oversleep?
So it's like, hey, you're not going to ask me to do it? I'm not going to do it. What do you think this is? A job? Where you can just assume that I know what to do? What do you take me for? Bloody neurotypical? Honestly, if the loading screens on the Steam version are, like, essentially 0, it might be worth it to get this game on Steam. Just for that. Oh yeah, and also with the nice big house, also, $300,000 house, like 1,000 square feet inside. Which sure feels like a lot of space. I don't know if that necessarily is a ton of space. It feels like a lot of space. Like, I don't know the square footage of the apartment where I'm currently living. But I mean, yeah, if you think about it, it's about $300 per square foot of space. One could measure it as.
You finally arrived.
So that's, something to think about. You get a whole nice record. I think it would be nice for the, computer gaming room. Have, like, 2 gaming computers that are, like, side by side. So if I do want to play games with someone, we can, like, set the microphone up in between us so we can hear both of us. Both play on our own computers. We don't have to be, like, doing a Discord call. We can be with each other in real time. Yeah, if I could figure out how to somehow do it so, like, one computer could run 2 computers at once, that might be a fair idea. But then I can have, Prime gaming computer and, like, partner gaming computer. For when I want to, play games with people, but on 2 different computers.
Right. Yes.
Like Tabletop Simulator and whatnot. And then, of course, living room setup for... I want to have, like, a TV or some form of monitor set up to be visible from the kitchen. Someone was thinking about yesterday.
How about a fresh loaf of bread?
That sounds nice. Right, I was thinking about it yesterday, and it's nice to have a sink with a view. It could be a sink with, like, a window above it, so, but, like, or just a sink that, like, looks out into the rest of the building or whatever. Like, say, looking out into the living room. But I want to, like, while being there washing dishes, be able to, like, look out at stuff. Also want some countertop view of stuff as well. Namely, to look into the living room and have the TV set in such a place that whoever's in the kitchen can also see whatever's on the TV. Because even while living alone, it's nice to be able to, like, set up some video to be playing and to not just listen to it, but also be able to, like, glance up and see what's going on
Nice.
while I'm, doing stuff, whatever, in the kitchen while I'm making food. If I do wind up overwriting Chandra's save, it's fine, because she has another save way down here. I copied it to save data 20, just in case.
I've been waiting for far, far too long.
Yeah, we'll keep waiting. We're going to be collecting starfall seeds this episode, y'all. That's this entire episode, starfall seeds. But, yeah. Right now, as it stands, Azura's making twice the income that I am. So we have some form of an agreement and of an arrangement. Well, she'll save up twice as much as I will. I think the numbers that I came to last night were I save up $300 a month, she saves up $600 a month. Remember, this is on top of paying like rent for the places that we live in. And then, and if I can get a credit card, I guess the sooner the better. If I can get a credit card to start building up my good credit, if we can find a place that'll give us a mortgage for 5% or less, then on my 2-year anniversary of my surgery, 2 years post-surgery, so, 2024 in May, we'll be able to move into a nice...
How about a fresh loaf of bread?
You already offered me one. We'll be able to move into a nice place, have the down payment for it, and the amount that we'll have to pay in mortgage will be less than what we have been saving up, plus what we have been paying in rent. So my rent right now is almost $400, so $700 a month, which is almost half of what I'm getting on Aish. I'll have to just... will then be transferred into paying my share of the place, and then when we do finally pay off the house, the agreement is that will be 1/3 mine and 2/3 Azura's. So if we do wind up selling it or whatever, that is the split. She's paying twice as much in, so she has twice as much of it as I do. That's what we're going for. That is what the arrangement will be.
Welcome back.
Yeah, at least we won't have to worry about childcare. That's a thing to point out. We don't have to worry about, one of us accidentally getting knocked up and having to, raise a child or paying child support to someone or whatever. So at least that's a plus. Yeah, hopefully actually living with someone and having a place I can actually call my own. Because, I live alone in an apartment. It's like, oh, you should call this place your own. I can't call it my own, considering that at any time, the people who actually own the place can just choose to evict me. No, I'm not over that. They can just choose, oh yeah, we're just double charging you rent this month. Oh well. Hi, Cinnamon. They can just decide that they want to go do other nonsense, and it's like, yeah, oh well. And it's like, what am I supposed to do about it? Talk to them and hope that they, give me back my money and stuff. I have a damage deposit on this place. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting it back just because knowing the people who are, running this place, they're bound to keep it. Even though one could very well, earn a living, make a living, earn a living, simply by taking damage deposits for the number of years that the person stays in a place and paying it back in full. All the person has to do is put the money in a savings account, and that's free money for the person holding it. It's $1,000 damage deposit on this place. If I live here for 6-7 years, Yeah, if I live here for like 6 years, if they get like a 1% annual interest, oh no. Yeah, if they manage to put it into a 1% annual interest, they've made a free $60. Even if they give me back the whole damage deposit, they'll have made a free $60 off of it. Like, just like that.
All right.
It is actually just free money for them. But of course, they're not going to do that. $60 for doing literally nothing is not good enough. It doesn't matter if I, prepare this place back to just as good as it was when I had left. I'm positive they're going to want to take all of it.
Awake.
So I cannot count on having that money as anything related to a down payment on a new house. Oh yeah, speaking of which, having a house, even being on Aish, you're allowed to have a house. You're not allowed to have more than one, but you're allowed to have a house. Just in case some people were concerned that my $100,000 share, a third of the house, was going to count as too much. Yeah, and not qualify me for Aish is going to be okay.
Nice.
Oh gosh, I still remember a couple months ago, little brother doing little brother things like, oh, what would you do if you got $1 million? It's like, well, that would kind of actually suck.
Let me know if you have any problems.
Because that means I wouldn't have Aish anymore. But I mean, now I feel like if I got $1 million, I would, put 700,000, or whatever, pay off the taxes for however much, actually get however much. Let's say it's $1 million post-taxes, just to make it easier. Buy, whatever. Spend, maybe $2,000 to, get professional people to look at the, spend some time, spend a bit of money looking at various houses to move into, find just the perfect one, make sure there's no conditions, at least no conditions are necessarily too bad. Buy the house.
Yes.
One of those $300,000 houses. Pay an extra couple grand to get it fixed up, and whatever is left, basically just put 90% of it into a savings account and have the rest just in bank.
I'll do my best.
And yeah, so about $300,000 for a house, maybe $10,000 for getting house inspected and /fixed up. Look at houses, narrow it down to a couple, spend my own time figuring out locations, which house looks best, blah blah blah. Narrow it down to a few, and then get people to inspect it, see what it would come up to. Hopefully won't cost more than an extra 10 grand to make the house just right. Get it all fixed up and stuff. Maybe get some new furniture and stuff. When it comes to tables and dressers and whatnot, going pre-owned is fine. But when it comes to beds and couches, you have to be very careful about pre-owned stuff. Because it can be actually kind of really bad. Mostly people talk about bed bugs. Yeah, and I'd still have $600,000 plus to I believe my bank has a form of long-term savings where you're allowed to take the money that comes out, and $600,000 in there would mean that per month you'd be able to take out $600. Now, without a mortgage to pay, make deal with it so it's hey, we can live here together. You have to pay utilities and groceries and stuff. I'll take the $600 a month, plus whatever couple thousand I still have. And, like, that's my money from my stuff.
Nice.
Like, I bought the house, I bought furniture for us and whatnot. You can deal with utilities and groceries. Maybe even write out a deal for it. It's like, hey, yeah, I bought the place.
You're awake.
Yeah, I bought the place as far as effectively paying rent of an equal amount to utilities. And $600 a month is a bit less than the about $900 a month I currently allot myself for general goods. But considering all things considered, it should be fine. Yeah, I remember doing the math a while back with the numbers I was getting from my bank itself. If you had $1 million in their savings account, because it pays like on a per month basis, and the yeah, one. So if I could just go and like put $1,000 in the savings there, I could be getting an extra dollar per month. What I should do is, in a couple of months when I actually have a spare, grand saved up. So this way, what, an extra about 2 months from now, before the end of the year,
Let's get to it.
go in, get the $1,000 put into the savings thing. After a year, I'll have an extra $12 in there, which isn't very much. Like, at all. But, yeah. Same for a minimum down payment on one of these houses would be about 15 grand. Yeah, just getting $1 million.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of people say it. Getting $1 million would change their lives. And yet these billionaires don't want to do that. Yeah, imagine one of these multi-billionaires just choosing like 1,000 people and being all, boom, made all of your lives better. Hey, like, just changed all of your lives. Yeah, that would be a thing. Jeff Bezos, just, you have a couple thousand employees. Jeff Bezos could totally give all of his employees, like, say, $100,000, and he'd probably still be the richest man in the world. And just, boom. I mean, to be fair, he could double the pay of every single employee, halve the amount that they have to get done. No, halve the amount that everyone has to get done in their shift. So instead of getting, say, 1,000 packages done a day, they have to get like 500. So they have time to like take breaks and whatever. Improve working conditions in the warehouses, and even hire twice the amount of staff. So same amount of packages.
I've been waiting for you. Let's go.
I mean, well, things just. And like could easily do that, and it would just make him less of a multi-billionaire. Still refuses though. But whatever, that's not about him, it's about me here. Yeah, saving up for a nice house, so I probably shouldn't have paid $400 for a new commander deck, but oh well. I wanted a nice non-proxy deck to be able to play. Oh yeah, that's right. Upon moving to the new house, we should... Yeah, I should also look into printers, because Yeah, why spend $400 on a new commander deck when instead could spend $400 on a printer to print out the commander deck? On a nice, juicy printer. Print out the cards on the cardstock, make them actually feel like authentic thickness for Magic cards. Make some nice quality proxies, you know? As opposed to like the thin stuff that I've been working with. But God, getting to the point where there's gonna be just so many rooms, I won't... It's like, here we had thought that I'd have to, like, rent a storage unit to keep all of my things somewhere. When Azor and I move in together, some of these houses have so much room, we'll be able to have a room just filled with my extra junk, a room filled with Azur's extra junk, and still have spare bedroom, and still have spare rooms. And I suppose having the extra space means that in time... Oh gosh, especially... Oh gosh, could you imagine, like, living near Costco, just going to Costco every month or so? That would be awesome, but... this episode has reached its time. Woohoo, Starfall Seeds! Next episode is probably going to be more Starfall Seeds, because... we can't get enough. And also throwing all of this extra scrap metal in the trash. Oh my god. 8 level 10 Starfall Seeds. I'm gonna have some fun with these.